6 continuous tenses, 6 voice changes, and 6 narration changes together. It's very easy. First, let me give you an example with present continuous tense. I am catching fish. Fish or fishes? Fish means one kind of fishes, and fishes means different kinds. So maybe 5 fish, the similar fishes, and 5 fishes means different fishes. So if it is fish, then this is the present continuous tense. You have ing plus and present continuous tense am is are, right? So if it is now voice, fish comes first. It can be fishes. Both of them are right. Similar fishes and dissimilar fishes. So first, idhar ka pani udhar, it comes here and it will go there. So we have a gap, and then I put by, and I, you know, me, by me, right? So now you have to put past participle, so caught, and the same thing here, but before that you have to put being to being, and then fish are. So fish are or fishes are being caught by me. So this one is first, suppose fishes 1, and then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, right? So once again, I am changing this. So you are catching fishes or fish. So same way, I just delete, I erase this, and let's go more. Okay, so similarly the same thing is coming, right? So fish are, but you do not put it here in the beginning, right? So fish first, and then it goes here by me, by you. So this is 2, this is 1. So step 1 and then step 2. And then here past participle, caught. And continuous tense, all 6 continuous tenses, the same thing, being. Right? It's all the time being in continuous tenses. That's why I put 6 continuous tenses together. The same thing. So this one, this one, this one, these are all the same. So this is 3, this is 4, but we have little left, that is auxiliary verb. So you are, and this is fish or fishes. So plural are. Fishes are being caught by you. Similarly, if we a little change here, then he is catching fish. The same thing, just a little change here, right? The same thing here, but he will come here as him. So him. Very easy, right? Very easy. The same way you change voice. So let's write other sentences. Suppose আমি বই পড়ছি, right? So this is present continuous tense. So I, present continuous tense, পড়ছি, reading, book is there, right? Reading a book. So here present continuous tense. So I reading a book. All 6 continuous tenses the same. Reading, eating, catching, running, beating, playing, every time the same. So here present continuous tense auxiliary verb am, is, or are. So I choose this I, so I am, right? And I change it he, I change it here is, I change it here you, here are, they are, we are. The same thing. So if you know tense, continuous tense, one continuous tense, you can say, you can understand 6 continuous tenses together. So if you change the voice the same way, right? So I now showed you tenses. So as I mentioned here, 6 continuous tenses, 6 voice changes, 6 narration changes, all 18 items at a time. So আমি বই পড়ছি, I am reading book. So I am reading a book. But you should first write this, I reading a book. Then you should come to this. So a book first comes last. So a book, and here by me. And here you past participle, all the voice changes you see before by, okay. Past participle, read, 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 read. And a book, and this one is being. Every time, as it is a continuous tense, if you do not know tenses, you cannot learn these 6 and plus 6 changes. So you must understand tenses. That's why I always tell you that first you spend a long time on tenses. You cannot learn tenses within a very few hours. So you take first this seriously. First you learn it, only one continuous tense learn. Only one continuous tense first learn, then 5 more continuous tenses you can learn, 6 voice changes you can learn, 6 narration changes, the same, right? So a book, and this one is understand, this book is being read by me. Similarly, you can also do narrations, but we come to narration later. Suppose পড়ছিলাম. So this is past continuous tense. So I reading a book. So past continuous tense auxiliary verb was were. So I was, very easy, I was. So now you change a little here. আমি বই পড়তে থাকবো. Right? So this is future continuous tense. Future continuous tense auxiliary verb will be. I have many videos there. I have taught you 6 continuous tense. You can watch those videos. So the same thing, I reading a book. So as it is future continuous tense, only here will be. Very easy. All tenses similar. The only problem is you have to find out whether this is in continuous tense or not. Non-continuous tense, that's what I say. So here a book, the same thing, no changes, a book by me, and this one is read, and here you have to put being, and then you put the same thing, will be. In future tense only will be, no shall be. Right? So this is how you can change. So now I come back to আমি বই পড়ছি 1 ঘন্টা ধরে। 1 ঘন্টা ধরে, the tense changes. Present, perfect, continuous tense. Right? An auxiliary verb has been or have been. So you come to this point, the same thing, I reading a book, the same thing, book. So here you will have I have been, he has been, you have been, like this. So I have been. Very easy. Now a book read by me, the same thing, right? Being, and here the same thing. A book has been, the same thing. So what I say, once you know continuous tenses, one continuous tense, you can quickly get 5 more continuous tenses, 6 voice changes, 6 narration changes. But be careful, you cannot learn this. Very difficult for many of you. I have surveyed 25,000 students and I have found very few, maybe 5 or 10 or 20, very few no tenses. Unless I teach you, do not take it otherwise. This is the scenario. Your teachers can't teach tenses. When they can't teach tenses, they can't teach voices, narrations, a lot of problems. The same thing, right? So I change a little here. So আমি বই পড়ছিলাম, past perfect tense, right? Continuous, past perfect continuous. Auxiliary verb is had been, right? So the same thing here, and I change it, পড়তে থাকবো, থাকবো is just for 1 hour, right? So the same thing, future perfect continuous tense, auxiliary verb is what? This is future perfect continuous tense. Auxiliary verb will have been. Just little you have to remember it, will have been. So I reading, right? Okay, here you have will have been. Very simple. So a book, and then by me, read, being, right? So a book, voice by me. Here you have past participle, read, and here being is used because you are changing voice, and here will have been, the same thing. That's why I challenge that once I teach you a continuous tense, and you can differentiate from a continuous tense to any other tenses, you can learn 5 more quickly. But it takes time to learn a continuous tense. It takes time. And as soon as you understand properly one continuous tense, you can learn voices, narrations, all these problems will be solved. So now we come to narration. Very easy, the same thing, narration. So আমি বললাম, the thing is that, okay, so আমি বললাম, inverted comma, আমি মাছ ধরছি. So translation. So first I come to this. আমি মাছ ধরছি, present continuous tense. So I said, inverted comma, right? So I am catching fish or fishes, right? So you can say I am. Okay, so I said that. That is actually not necessary, but we Bangladeshi people just initially use it. You can either put that or not, doesn't much matter. I said that. So I am, I the same, I. So am becomes past continuous tense. So this is present continuous tense. You have to come to past continuous tense. I was catching fish, the same, right? So if I change it here, he is catching fish, you are catching fish, right? No problem, the same thing. Okay, I said my mother is catching fish, or my father is catching fish. It doesn't much matter for learning English. My father is catching fish. So what will you do is the same. I said that he. So my father means he. So this one you have to say my father was catching fish. This is how you can do, very easy. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.